Thank you, Adesewa. To discuss this, we're joined by Muktar Mohammed, a financial analyst. Thank you very much for joining us on Nigeria Tonight. First of all, help us understand how the rate of inflation affects the purchasing power of the average person. I think you're muted. Could you just unmute?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Better. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, what it means is just that the price of goods and services have gone up by 22.79%, like the inflation figure I just said. That's what it just means. So that means some of the goods you're buying before have exactly gone up by averagely by 22.97%. So that's, in a layman term, that's what it means.
The MBS report suggests 22.79% inflation rate in June from 22.41% the previous month. Seems to be affecting everything, including food. Should Nigerians brace up for further rise?
Well, I think we are in the worst. The worst is that we remember that this subsidy was removed in May. At when it was removed, the data for May has already been compiled, so we didn't see those increment in fuel price affecting it. But now we definitely knew that there will be an increment in fuel price, will definitely affect the cost of goods and services. And if you look at the rate of increment in terms of fuel price increment of about almost 200 and something percent, by inflationary pressure of 22.97%, 79%, then you could say that somehow we are beginning to adjust to it. It's not as high as we thought. But going forward, I don't think we will have so much pressure again. You mustn't forget that before now, the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria were not even assessing FX at 700 at 400 naira. They were assessing it at 700. So the liberalization of the FX regime did not add so much into it because already it was already pricing. The only thing we've seen is the cost of transportation from point A to point B that has gradually increased. So definitely. And if you look at the insecurity in the country, it's still playing a role when you look at part of the some of the products that were affected by this inflationary pressure. My only fear is that going forward, we may have cause for worry because of the current deal between Russia and Ukraine that has been halted, and that will cause the price of wheat to go up. So we may see those beverages and those all those consumables that have to do with wheat price go up.
You're basically saying it will get worse before it gets better. But then again, PoS operators, as we saw in the report earlier, tried to link the recent increase in charges to inflation rate. Food sellers and even transporters who understand this also make similar claims. How will the recently approved palliative funds, over $500 billion and $800 million loan, have any impact on inflation rate?
Well, when you look at the 8,000, definitely that would be more money in circulation. Would that have an impact on inflation? Yes. Would that bring down the suffering of the average Nigerian? Definitely no. So it's a policy that they think they're implementing, but I keep saying that the right palliative is to begin to look at the cost structure. What is causing inflationary pressure? What are Nigerians suffering for? Those are the things that we should be looking at doing palliative for. What's the sort of paying 8,000 naira for 6 months? After 6 months, what happens? So we must be looking at treating the disease itself rather than dealing with the symptoms.
Yeah, talking of the disease itself, policymakers have linked inflationary pressure to Nigeria's infrastructure problems as well. And the fact that a lot of items people consume are imported. You're talking about areas to look at. What kind of infrastructure problems is being referred to here? And do you see this administration taking that on as quickly as possible?
Well, as quickly as possible, I don't know. In the near future, I think they will take it. When we're talking about infrastructure project, we are talking about the cost of doing business. We are talking about the high cost of importation of goods in terms of duties on some of these goods. And government is not ready to reduce tariff because that is where they also are looking at making more money because with the fact that they've done a lot of borrowing, especially from the previous administration. So they are looking at means to increase, to make more money. But I'm impressed that they've been able to come up with, they are planning to come up with innovative ways of collecting taxes this time, rather reducing the taxes or meeting with the sector and know how they can tax and see tax as a way to grow the economy. For me, that's a good policy, not just looking at tax as a way to just have revenue in the economy. So definitely it has that pressure. And don't forget the 41 band item. They cannot assess FX in the I&E window, but they can assess FX in the parallel market. And the I&E window is doing about 790, I finished at 792 today. The parallel market is doing 810, 815. So you expect cost of those goods that are under the 41 band item. And unfortunately, this 41 band item are items that Nigeria mostly use. So definitely that's also having an impact on the inflationary pressure.
I'm sure we'll continue talking about this in the coming days. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed, for always giving us your time, really. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.